Hello and welcome to the Environment This Week series section of Drishti IAS. I'm Aisha, and in today's episode we will be covering topics which are important from General Studies paper 3, that is environment and ecology. So basically what we have done is we have taken topics from the current affairs and then we will be talking about the static portion of it, and in the end we will be discussing the practice questions related to those topics. So the topics which we have discussed for this week are, or which we will be discussing are, first is the killer whale orca, then changes in forest act by Kerala, then Western Ghat hotspots for endangered species. So these are the three topics. So let us begin with the first topic, and before it, Drishti IAS Mukherjee Nagar classes has now shifted to Noida. So the IAS GS Foundation course covering both prelims and mains, the offline batches, the admissions are open. In English medium, the admissions have been open, and the Hindi medium batch is starting from 16th of January. If you have any query, you can give us a call at 87501, or you can also download the Drishti Learning app. So let's start with the first topic, and that is the killer whale orca. So killer whale orca, look at this image. This is how it looks like. They are giant species present in the oceans. And this is how it looks like: black color on the upper side and white color on the downward side. So killer whale orca, they are the apex predator of the ocean and the largest member of the dolphin family. Dolphin family largest member and apex predator of the ocean. It means that it sits on the topmost position in the food chain. They were in news recently because the mother orca was grieving recently and was carrying the dead baby of her, and for last 2 to 3 days, and now the number of days have even extended. So this was the news, that why it came up. And then they are widely distributed all across all oceans and are found in both open seas and the coastal waters. So coastal waters and open seas, it is found in both. Then the diet, if we talk about, then what do they eat? Then the diet is diverse in nature, and the hunting behavior is also unique, that it hunts in group. So individually they do not hunt, they hunt in group of 5 to 6 orcas, or you can say 3 to 4 orcas are also there. Then if we talk about the threats to which the orcas are facing, then hunting and capture of live animals for marine parks. So the huge fishing nets, which are not the normal fishing nets, the huge and the big fishing nets is what they are also facing threat, and the hunting purpose, because they are so big in size that they are also hunted. Then the current threats are food scarcity, pollutants, and the disturbances from ships. And disturbances from ships might look like in one go that this might not be a big issue, but now this has become one of the biggest issues for the orcas, that now the ships and the yachts have entered the places which is their living habitat, and now they are facing a problem because of it. And the pollution, because the marine pollution, the oil spills is also causing a problem for them, because the high seas are also getting polluted now. Then the conservation efforts, if we talk about, then it is focused on habitat conservation, restoration of food sources, and reducing marine noise and pollutants. Because if the marine pollution and marine noise would be conserved, then the mother orcas or the orcas will face relief in one go. If we talk about the characteristics of orcas, then that is, they are black color on the top, and then they have the white patches on the underside and around the eyes. And males are usually larger in size as compared to the females. Now talking about the behavior and diet of the orcas, they temporarily form large groups for social interaction or hunting, and some ecotypes, they also eat fish, while others eat marine mammals and squid. So they eat mammals, they eat squid, they eat fish, and then they use coordinated hunting strategies, because they do not hunt individually, they hunt in a group. Then they are apex predators at the top of the food chain. This in itself tells that how important they are. And now one of the problems is that the numbers of orcas are also reducing. Now the global distribution. So the killer whales or the orcas are found in all oceans ranging from cold waters, that is Antarctic water, Norway, Alaska, to tropical and subtropical regions. So they are basically present all across the regions. Then Northeast Pacific, they are home to the most studied population, and this population includes the resident killer whales, and the resident killer whales are found from California to Russia. Then the offshore killer whale, and their range is the largest, and they often extend more than 9 miles offshore, but they are sometimes seen in nearby waters also. Then transient killer whales are also there, and they are typically observed in coastal waters and sometimes overlap with resident and offshore populations. Then if we talk about the lifespan of an orca, so the lifespan, the male orcas are, they live up to 30 years and the maximum can go around 60 years also. If we talk about the female orcas, then the lifespan is around 50 years. It can go up to 90 years also. And now one of the most important parts, and that is the reproduction part of the orcas. Now the females reach sexual maturity between the age of 10 and 13 years, and the pregnancy lasts, that is the gestation period, is for 15 to 18 months, and is usually in this period, after a period of 18 months, one calf is born. And imagine the scenario that after a period of 18 months, if one calf is born, and that one calf after few days or after a month or after an year, if the calf dies, then another 18 months it will take. So in total, even if one calf dies, then the time period goes to around 5 years. 18 months, one calf is born. If the one calf dies after some time, then another 18 months. So the lifespan goes very, very large, and this is one of the reasons that why the number of orcas are also reducing in size. Then birth occur around year. There is no specific breeding season, and it is estimated that the birth rate is one calf every 5 years over a span of approximately 25 years. Now the second topic is, that is changes in Forest Act by Kerala. So recently the state of Kerala has made certain changes in its Forest Act, and that is why the Forest Act of Kerala was in news. So the purpose of the bill which was brought up was that the Kerala Forest Amendment Bill 2024. So the bill 2024 aims to prevent the dumping of waste in forest, river and water bodies flowing through forest areas. So this is good from the perspective of making the site clean. So this will prevent the dumping of waste in forest, rivers and water bodies which are flowing through the forest. Then it will declare the dumping of waste in these areas a criminal offense. Then it will grant more power to forest authorities and increase penalties for forest related offenses. And this is also the reason that why the bill also faced backlash. But these are also the reasons that why the bill also received acclaims. So it needs to be seen that whether this bill can work out or not. Now we're talking about the controversial amendments. So first is the right to arrest or detain without warrant. So under the bill, the forest officials have got the power that they can arrest or detain a person without a warrant. So without a warrant, the detention can be done if they suspect the person has committed a forest related offense. So only even if the forest official comes to know that the person can cause a damage to the forest, then on that purpose only the detention or the arrest can be done. And this power is also applicable outside the forest areas also. Next is the expansion of forest officials' powers. So the bill defines beat forest officer, tribal watcher and the forest watcher as forest officials. So all these people will also come, or all these designation will also come under the forest official. Then these individuals, who are generally appointed on temporary basis, can now exercise the full power of a forest official, raising concern about potential misuse. So even the people who are not permanently employed and are temporarily employed, they can also exercise the full power of a forest official. and the problem with that is that the misuse of the power and the scenarios of the misuse of the power might increase. Rivers flowing through forest areas. So under the bill, the rivers which are flowing through the forest as well as those flowing into forest from the outside, they are included under forest conservation provisions. So inside the forest and from outside into the forest, both will be included into the forest conservation provisions. And this change could affect rivers that pass through human settlements before entering forest areas, and there are concerns that this may give forest officials authority over rivers which are outside the forest areas. Now with this, the forest officials will also get its authority over the rivers of the forest also, and it is expected that this will increase their power. Increase in penalties. There has been a significant increase in penalties for forest crimes. First, the existing fine has been raised from rupees 1000 to rupees 25,000, and second, some other fines have been increased from rupees 25,000 to rupees 50,000. So from 1000 to 25,000 and from 25,000 to 50,000. Next, the next topic is the Western Ghats, hotspots of endangered species. Let us talk about the Western Ghats. So for the very first time, a global assessment of freshwater species has been conducted for the IUCN Red List of Threatened Species, and that is why the Western Ghats have come to the news. So if we talk about then Western Ghats as the most important region where the highest number of endangered freshwater species are found. So if we talk about the Western Ghats, it includes Tamil Nadu, it includes Kerala, then comes the Karnataka, Goa, Mumbai, Gujarat. So all these area comes under the Western Ghat, and it is considered to be one of the hotspots of India, the biodiversity hotspots, and is very, very rich in flora and fauna species. And the study was co-authored by species experts from all geographical regions of the world, and the study was published in the Nature Journal. Now the study revealed that 1/4 of freshwater species are at the risk of extinction, and this needs immediate attention. And a total of 23,496 species were assessed in the evaluation, and this also talks about the extinction risk and the conservation status of various freshwater species groups. Now the important facts are that nearly one quarter of freshwater species are facing a high risk of extinction, and since 1500 AD, 89 confirmed and 187 suspected extinctions have occurred. So it is not that extinctions have not occurred till now, it has taken place before also. Then the study is an important step in preventing further loss of species. Then historical context. Freshwater ecosystems have historically been overlooked in global environmental governance, and then due to the unique characteristic of freshwater ecosystem, they now require specific management strategies, and if not given attention, then the extinction process will become faster and more number of freshwater species will become extinct in the coming times. Now the key hotspots of endangered freshwater species. Let us talk about the few of the key hotspots. First is Lake Victoria, which is present in Kenya, Tanzania and Uganda. Second is Lake Titicaca, Bolivia and Peru. Third is the wetlands of Sri Lanka, then Western Ghats, India. Then these hotspots are the highest places of richness for endangered freshwater species, and one of them is Western Ghats, and that is why it becomes all the more important to put a vigilance on it, and also to see that why the extinction is taking place and what are the reasons and what are the steps that can be taken to reduce this rate of extinction. Now findings of the study is that over 1000 species experts contributed to assessments conducted over more than 20 years. So this has been conducted for more than 20 years, and over 300 freshwater fish species are found in the Western Ghats, with more than 1/3 facing the threat of extinction. Then the humpback mahseer, which is a critically endangered megafish, is an example of the region's diversity and it can weigh up to 60 kilograms. And then Kerala, if we talk about, Kerala is home to the largest number of endangered freshwater fish species among the Indian states. And if we talk about the Periyar River, is a key conservation priority due to its high number of endangered and endemic fish species. So if Kerala is home to the largest number of endangered freshwater species, then Periyar River, which is one of the major rivers of Kerala, becomes all the more important to look into. Now about the Western Ghats. Western Ghats are also known as Sahyadri Hills and they are well known for their rich flora and fauna biodiversity and also the large and the unique assemblage of the flora and fauna. If we talk about, then this range is called Sahyadri in northern Maharashtra and Sahya Parvartham in Kerala. They can also be the narrow coastal plains between the Western Ghats and the Arabian Sea is known as the Konkan Coast. Konkan Coast, and the southern portion is called the Malabar region or the Malabar Coast, which is present in the area of Kerala. In the south, the range is known as the Nilgiri Malai in Tamil Nadu and it is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Then it is one of the 8 hotspots of biological diversity in the world due to its high level of biological diversity and endemism. So one of the hotspots of biological biodiversity in the world, and in India also there are 4 hotspots and one of the hotspots is Western Ghats, and around the world also one of the hotspots is Western Ghats. So this was about the 3 topics that we discussed. Western Ghats, hotspot of endangered species, then the other was changes in Forest Act by Kerala, and the other was killer whale. Now coming to the practice questions of these are, let us note down the practice questions, and like always, what I always ask you to do is, you will give me the answer in the comment section. And how are you going to do it? Type question number 1, 2 and 3 and give the answer of these. So the first practice question is, what is the global distribution of killer whales associated with? Only tropical regions, cold water, tropical and subtropical regions, only in Antarctica, or only from California to Russia? Next is, what is the main objective of the Kerala Forest Amendment Bill 2024? Reduce fine for forest crimes, appoint more forest officials, prevent the use of forest areas as dumping grounds, and grant ownership of forest land to local communities. So this is the second one. Third is, in which state of India are the most endangered freshwater fish species found? That is Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra and Kerala. So these are the 3 questions and you people need to give me the answer in the comment section. And that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time. Keep reading, keep writing and keep subscribing to the channel. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.